Hello and welcome to a brand new vocabulary learning app called Sass. We're very excited to show this to you, even though it's only at a prototype stage, because our research has shown that there is a genuine market space for a new vocabulary learning app of this type. Which type? Sass is not teaching foreign languages, but is expanding on users' existing native vocabulary knowledge. And the idea is that this will enable professionals, young professionals particularly, and students to select specific areas of interest where they might need to pick up new vocabulary, new jargon in order to succeed or to enjoy that area. In other words, give them the sass they need. Our research involved looking at several across both foreign language apps and native language learning apps. We found that the foreign language app market is completely saturated with a lot of capital support for the market leader. However, the standout native language learning app, Atlas, although it's very well designed, only makes available a very limited choice of subject areas. Now this choosing what category of vocabulary you want to study, we see as the core offer of Sass. It's something that Atlas introduces more of as an afterthought, and it's not really at the core of the app. And so this research is tending to show there's space for an expansion app that focuses on categories relevant to its users. We've recruited this young lady to help us develop the prototype. Her name is Ellie. She is a 28-year-old young woman in London, in the UK. She's a project manager for a software company. Very importantly, she's into self-improvement, and that means both at work and in play. Gregarious, both in social media and in the real world, loves to travel, loves to share, and is ambitious, the best for herself and for the people around her. Her core goal, and the thing that we think will make this app very viable, is that she needs to communicate with a variety of clients in a fast-moving business, and particularly to be able to pick up the new words they use professionally and the jargon they use fast. She also wants to be seen using a cool app, not a fussy-looking sort of school app. She needs to be able to dip in and out of it because she's busy and there are sudden calls on her time. She needs to be helped to memorize in a busy world where it's hard to concentrate. And she wants to see words in a real world context, because this is where the app is going to help. Real world professional situations, new job tasks, new jobs, as well as in her personal life, new leisure activities, sports, recreations. Her mantra is life is too short not to enjoy it to the max, and having more sass, of course, will help with that. Her frustrations. Generally, she has too little time to prepare for new jobs with new words, and that can cause awkward situations in pitches and meetings, briefings where words are being used that she doesn't understand yet. She's easy to look foolish, to say the wrong thing. Existing apps don't make it easy to choose specific vocabulary groups. They do in a very rudimentary way, but it's not necessarily at the core of what they do. They tend to ignore particularly contemporary and evolving jargon usage, which is very important to young professionals, and they tend to fall between the two stools. They can be either overly functional, i.e. a bit uncool, or overly silly, i.e. not genuinely useful. We want to plough a path between those two stools, as it were, and make our app both enjoyable and useful. Here are some of Ellie's aims. When I start a new project, I want a quick way of getting up to speed with the languages used so the work goes smoothly. That's the core one, really. Then in terms of the helpfulness of the app, when I open the app in a time-challenged situation, I want to get a quick hit that makes my learning memorable, so I don't need to go continually over things. So the design needs to be really impactful, thoughtful, and to make the words easily memorable. And this is important. I want an app that's both capacious and customizable to my current needs. So she's looking for something that is flexible and powerful. And this thinking leads us to this hypothesis statement. We believe that the building of a vocabulary app that facilitates quick, relevant, and lasting language acquisition across different areas will help build Ellie's confidence at work and in play, and the likelihood of her projects being fun and successful. That's not a bad thing to aim for. In order to test that hypothesis, we talked to 5 real people about 4 key tasks. First, and most importantly, changing a vocabulary topic. Core, as we've said, to the offer of Sass is this ability to switch between topics that you're interested in and learn the words relevant to that topic quickly. Second task, add a new word, because that might happen to your topic. Third task, to customize your word card, so it works on word cards like many apps. Fourth task, to compete with other users, to add a social dimension to digital learning, which is quite important. And here are the wireframes associated with those tasks. On the left, we see how you choose a topic directly from sign up. You go straight in to the home page, and that enables you to choose your lesson. As you see there, the core function up there, top half of the page, is choose your Sass. We're calling each lesson a Sass, because that's what it's all about. Choose what you want to learn today. The other way, the route into changing your Sass is if you've come out of an existing lesson, you come back to the home page and it will give the option to change your Sass. The next page would be to choose between business areas or leisure areas, recreational areas. If you choose business, as you can see there, you'll have a scroll menu from which you can pick what you want to learn about today and start your card sequence. Now, the card sequence, incidentally, we see as being in-app while you're using the app, or you can configure it to send you a certain number of push notifications with word cards in them, so that at certain times of the day you'll get another little word dropped into your mind, which we think would help as well. Second task, how to add a word to your Sass. Down at the bottom of the home page, you have the 3 simple meta tasks there. So click add on the right. You have the chance to add a word, a definition, and assign it to a topic. Then your word card will look like the third screen there. You see that the green lozenge in the middle has the word, underneath that's the definition. And then there are 4 additional features: synonyms, antonyms, pronunciation, which is important in the real world, and context, which is also important to people like Ellie who want to see things, vocabulary at work, out in the world. It's not just a dry dictionary. You want to see how these words are used. So those are all on the word card. Third task was how to customize that word card if you want a slicker experience, which might be especially important for push notifications, where you just want to quickly glance at the word, get it into your head, and carry on with your day. So there, if you click customize, you'll find yourself on the word card options. You can toggle them on and off, and then that's the complete word card at the end there, with them all active. You'll see there's a progress bar at the top, and that will tell you how far you are. That's that horizontal line beneath the subject. That tells you how far you are through the particular lesson in a simple visual guide. And the fourth, how do you compete with others? I have a social side to your learning. Sassometer from the homepage. Click that. It'll tell you that you compete in quizzes against other live app users, a chance to win little prizes, and you can go straight into it and show off your Sass. Be sassy with your Sass. Reactions were generally very positive. We were correct, it seems, in assuming there was a need for this thing. All of them said they loved the idea in different ways. I loved the idea, I'd download it. The quibbles were about how the social side worked, which is fair enough because we hadn't worked it out. Some of them were confused by the use of Sass across all the functions, and we took that on board. And changing lessons, a very important function, could be easier, so we took that on board as well. Specifically, here we go. Changing the topic. More than one user thought the use of branded features such as Sass cards could confuse. And one user proactively thought that the changing a topic could be accessed from within each flashcard. So no need to go back to the home screen, but do it from the flashcard. So you could, in theory, have 3, 4, 5 types of lessons being learnt at any given time and then toggle between them from within a flashcard. We don't think that the absence of that is catastrophic, but we think it's highly recommended. So we're giving an Ericsson score of 3. We are going to simplify the language. taking out the branding of Sass from functions, and we are going to add a function to the word cards to toggle between lessons. Adding a word, second task, that some people found hard to find at the bottom. We're going to rename that button so it's really clear, plus word, and we think the user interaction design will help with that as well. Third task, customizing cards. Again, branded language got in the way a bit there occasionally, so we think that's important to simplify again. And fourthly, competing with other users. Again, the branded language was a bit of an issue, but people who did click through it wanted some expansion on that, because the social side of modern day apps is extremely important. We thought that needs to be unpacked a bit, and so we agreed, and we've done some work on that. So when it comes to the iteration 2, you can see what we've done. The initial changing topic, the initial use of the feedback that Sass throughout, Sass become was not recommended, so Sass has now become topic, which is clearer, much more explicit. Sass card becomes word card. Sassometer becomes meet and compete. Oh, much more simple, much simpler, much clearer. Sass was liked for its informality and punch as an app name. So our takeout from this is that it might be used for the app's marketing in its kind of tone of voice, rather than used necessarily inside the app itself in the UX. And maybe the UX just needs to be a little bit clearer to get people going through it easily. Revision 2 was toggling. So in addition to switching to topic from the home screen, as we saw, users can now toggle between topics they're currently studying in the drop-down menu at the top of each word card. If you see gaming there is the current topic there, FPS, first-person shooter is what the word says. You can just go up there, hit that drop-down menu, open up the options scrolls through all the lessons you're currently studying and switch to them at any point if you want to multitask. And finally, iteration 2 for the last task was splitting the social competitive function into 2 streams. We think this is a very good idea, something we might have done anyway, but having user feedback really made us confident in doing this. Compete, which was the Sassometer, allows users to test themselves in quizzes to maybe win prizes, so that's there very clearly. Meet is now spelt out, is a pure chat function which enables the users to talk to other users, enables pronunciation practice, very important. Might enable networking, because you are talking to real people in the same business. Intrinsically, if you're studying a certain topic, you will be talking to people studying the same topic, or maybe in the same business. Could be a chance to network. And of course, the core function of this to mitigate digital learning loneliness. You get to chat to people, enjoy your experience of the app. That is where we are so far. We think the app is showing an enormous amount of promise. We're thoroughly enjoying evolving it through these prototypes, and we think the best is yet to come. Let's show some Sass and use this app. Thank you very much.